Welcome to Finish First Financially. Goran Radanovic here. We're going to head over to Reddit to read a question and then I'll just give my take on it. Obviously, something what I would do in this situation, not financial or investment advice. It says, burnt out, want to stop being broke. I make 1,800 to 2,100 a month. I get paid weekly, so my take home is usually around $460 to $500. I live in a town of 600 people. I work at the only store in the town, and unless you farm, there are no other opportunities in this town. And the nearest city, bigger town, is an hour drive from here, and I have no skills, no college degree. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck and I just want some help. Wasn't sure if this is the right place, but I'm taking a shot in the dark. My mortgage is $986 a month. It's a 30-year loan for $120,000. I have no water or gas bills, electric and my internet are the only real other bills I have, which are like $200-ish a month combined. I am in $8,000 of credit card debt that I pay $230 a month for. That's the minimum, but the interest just eats the payment. So it's almost like I'm not paying it. So I can't use my credit card, nor do I want to. Okay, that's a good start. I wouldn't want you to use it either. So I don't have the time or energy for a second job, much less could I ever find one around here. If I starved more than I usually do for a couple of weeks, I could probably save $100 a month to invest in something. I just am at my breaking point because I need a new roof on my house. I just had to put new tires on my car and pay to get my tag renewed. Christmas is coming up and I want to get my wife and family nice gifts. I'm just tired of being broke. I'm going to tell you what I would do, the main thing that I would do in this situation. But I think there's some things that I would also try as well, and some things that I would attend to, the issues that I would not even bother with, to be completely honest. And the first thing that you talk about getting gifts for your family. I understand that you want to spoil them for Christmas, and you know there's this tradition of you have to buy something for your family. That's kind of like the custom that's going around, and you absolutely don't. You're not obligated to. Christmas is first of all about the birth of Jesus. It's not about us. So if you're not in a financial position to get your family gifts, they're just going to have to understand there are more important things. What I see here being the problem is obviously you're keeping your expenses as low as possible, which is a good thing. The main problem is your income. You need to increase your income. And you talk about getting your wife presents and you don't mention anything about her working. So the first thing that I would look at if she is not working is getting her even a part-time job. And you guys need to increase your income, even if it's with a couple of $100. That's going to help you to pay off this credit card or to get the new roof or whatever it is that you need in order to live more comfortably so that you're not living paycheck to paycheck. So those are the two kind of side things that I would look at. Obviously, getting your wife a job as soon as possible is very important. But the main thing that I would do here, if I was in this situation, is because you live in a small town and there's slim pickings, you don't really have a lot of options. You mentioned that there's a bigger town an hour away. And I would try to pursue opportunities in that bigger town, even if your family has to stay behind and you go and work in that new town. And let's say your salary is $1,000 higher than what you're currently getting, but you have to pay accommodation to share an apartment with somebody for a few $100s. To me, that would be worth it, because if I'm able to save an additional $500-$600 a month, then that money is going to go towards me paying off my credit card. That money is going to go towards me getting the new roof. It's going to help me to stop living paycheck to paycheck. So I would absolutely pursue that venture. Even if it means being away from my family, for a couple of days. I can visit them maybe once a week. I could drive back. I can make some kind of arrangements, but the family will understand. You know, you'll feel better once you're making more money and you're able to provide a better life for your family, and they'll understand that this is the situation, how it is for the time being. And eventually, you might be able to move your whole family to that new town and live an even better life. So that's one of the main things that I would do is, if your options are limited where you are, look for better options at a bigger city nearby. And you've got the opportunity to go and look. It's only an hour's drive. So if you don't want to commute every single day, I would find another apartment that I'm sharing with just a room for a few $100s while I'm enjoying a higher salary than what I previously did. And it's going to help. And especially if your wife also gets a part-time job, then all of these couple of $100s will add up, and it will make your life easier. Because the way things are going right now, you need a new roof. You're paying off $230 of your credit card every single month. If you carry on like that, it's going to take you years to pay for your credit card. But having an additional $400-$500 every single month that you're dedicating towards, the other expenses, and a portion of that to your credit card, it's going to expedite your debt-free journey significantly. And that's where I think your mind needs to be at, to broaden your horizons, because now you're stuck in this small town and you feel like, okay, my options are limited. It feels like I'm gonna live like this forever. And it doesn't have to be that way, because a bigger opportunity is just an hour away. And it's up to you to go and explore that opportunity to see if you can make something of it, and you most probably will. And this is how you get out of this rut when you feel like you're stuck. The reason people feel like that they're stuck is because they feel that their options are limited. I'm living in this area and this is all that's available to me. But what about the other bigger area? There are bigger opportunities. So go and explore them. And that's absolutely what I would do in this situation. And I think that could potentially help you, could even turn your whole life around, and where you stop living paycheck to paycheck and you're able to provide the kind of life that you want for your family. If you want to know how I got out of my financial ruts, where I was homeless and living in my car, and how I managed to pay off all of my debt, you can go check out my book, From Homeless to Debtless with Savings. I'll put a link in the description box below, and I wish you all the best.